if it isn't obvious, it is really early in the morning right now. It is, what time is it? It's like 4:30 a.m. It's ridiculous. Yeah, 4:26, if you can see that, if it'll focus for me. But it was really early in the morning, and I know that I have to get this video up tonight, and I've been toying around on what to even talk about. I'm not sure, you know, I sit there and I'm like, do I want to talk about what my mom, you know, about how my mom died and how I dealt with it and everything yet? And part of me does, part of me doesn't, because I don't think I just want to get that emotional. My hair is off right now, I understand. It's 4:30 in the morning. I really couldn't decide what I wanted to do a video on, so, you know, I've been laying here all night, and Greg and I got in an argument earlier, and I went back and watched some of my Vlogmas videos, like just trying to pass the time, because I have a lot to do today, and I've been not sleeping a lot lately, and I realized, like, what I want to talk about. So, I'm not quite ready to completely go into what'll happen with my mom. I'm just not. It's not some big story, like elaborate story. I mean, it was tragic, but it wasn't some big elaborate story. I'm just not emotionally ready to. It's coming, don't worry. But I started thinking, and I went back and watched like Vlogmas and stuff, and I'm like, and I've learned the different parts of grief so far, and y'all, like, my heart, which I don't think y'all see, my heart has gotten so cold. And I know it sounds weird, but I guess part of me is part of me is saying this and making this video to share my experience, and part of me is doing it as saying sorry, because I know some people watch my videos that are in my personal life, and then another part of me is like, if you've gone through this, have you experienced this? So, you know, I think it may have just been because it was around Christmas time. I don't know what it is, but like, I look at when I got engaged and everything like that, and I was so nice to everyone, and ever since then I've gotten really good at playing the victim, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that I haven't been done wrong or anything by certain people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm so quick to write someone off. And I don't know if that's because I sit there and at the end of the day I'm like, well, you know, I'm getting through all my days without my mom, so I can get through my days without this person too. And it's, you get to this point where you're sitting there and you're thinking, and it's such a sad place. You get to this point where you're like, well, I don't need this person, I don't need this person. I mean, I can just think of certain situations, like, and again, this video is probably going to be really random, but that's why y'all like this series. So, I mean, I can think about Miller and my brother and I went through a thing where we didn't talk for a while, and, you know, like, we talked, but we really didn't talk, and he and I got in arguments a lot because I just shut him out, and then my dad and I have had really bad issues, and I shut him out, and I'm realizing, and I shot friends out, and I'm realizing I've started shutting Greg out, and that scares me, because that's my future right there. That's someone that I emotionally can't afford to lose, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be with this situation, but you get to a point, you realize something about yourself, and you almost realize that you don't recognize yourself anymore. And that's the scariest moment to get to. And I share this with you guys because I want y'all to see, you know, I get so many comments sometimes where people are like, oh my gosh, you're so perfect and everything, and I'm not. And I feel like YouTube is such a place that people choose what they want to share, and they choose to share the happier sides, and you can manipulate the way you look on YouTube and make it seem so much better than it is. And I want y'all to know I'm not perfect either, and I'm sitting here in a place at 4:32 in the morning on a Friday because I got in an argument with my fiance, and it was all over stupid wedding stuff. It's all over stuff that shouldn't matter, you know? I mean, like, the wedding matters, but, like, I remember there was a point, and there's a point to this, I promise. I feel like there was a point after my mom died where nothing bothered me. You know, I was just so happy to have people around and have, you know, I remember I'd get, like, hate comments on YouTube, and I was like, psh, that's nothing. You should see what I'm dealing with right now. You calling me, you know, saying I'm trying too hard or saying this or saying that is nothing. You know, I remember right after like in January, I got a comment on my what's on my iPhone video, and someone was like, your mom just died and you're doing a video, and I remember like seeing it, and I was like, huh, nice one, buddy, because it was a guy, I think. But you know, you sit there and you see so clearly right after something like that happens, which you wouldn't think. You think that your mind would be clouded, but you really do. You see so clearly. You see who matters. You see who maybe doesn't matter as much, who you learn not to take things for granted. And I'm realizing that now my vision's not so clear, and I have been taking things for granted and people for granted, and that it scares me that it got to that point and I didn't see it, you know? It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's very confusing, and I want y'all to know that, because everyone, I think, can benefit from sitting there and reevaluating themselves, looking at themselves and being like, look, not how do I look to a certain person or how do I look to another person, but how is the way that I'm treating other people benefiting your life, you know? Like, not benefiting is a wrong word, like making your life more rich, making it more bountiful, making it more altogether. I've just become, and I guess y'all don't see it, but I've become such a negative person, and I don't like that. I don't like that side of myself. My mom wouldn't like that part of myself, and now that I've realized it, I really want to work on making it better. And I hope by sharing this, someone can go, hey, I've been very rude to this person or that person, and I'm not seeing so clearly. Or maybe even something as simple as getting mad at your mom or dad last night, you know, over something. I know I have a lot of younger viewers, but even if it's something like that, like, sometimes I think we need to reevaluate ourselves and see things a little bit more clear and realize that those people weren't here tomorrow. How would we feel, you know? And and also another thing is, like, I sit there and I look back and I think, gosh, like, right after my mom died, that was probably the worst time ever. But now I look back and I you know, it was a really hard time, but I look at all the love and all the support and seeing how much everyone cared, and it's almost like back then my life was more rich than it is now. And I really need to work on that. And, you know, I know people are going to see this and they're going to be like, but Alexa, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. But y'all do. Y'all only see 5, 10, 15 minutes of my life throughout the week. And there's a lot more that I need to work on as a person. You know, instead of, you know, when someone may comment on something in my personal life or my YouTube life that I don't necessarily like, I could think of responding to it positively instead of negatively. And, you know, my mind has just been going out, and part of me was like, well, maybe I've gotten too soft. Maybe I don't have a backbone anymore. Maybe I'm too nice. And I don't think it's that case at all, I think. And I was like, well, maybe I don't need to show my emotions. Maybe I need to just kind of get a little bit more private about things. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think I got too I don't even know how to explain it, too, like, dramatic about things, if that makes sense. Not even dramatic. Dramatic's not even the right word. Just, like, too quick to jump to conclusions, or too quick to cut someone off, or too quick to get mad at someone. And it's almost kind of, I'm better than you kind of attitude, kind of, I can do no wrong. Not even better than you, but just I can do no wrong. And I really want to fix that. And I guess what I'm trying to say from all of this is a few things. One, you may think your life is at its worst right now, but you more than likely are going to have a point down the line where you're going to look back and think, oh, those were simple times, and I had more clarity then, and I wish I could do that now, you know? And then another thing is, I think we all need reevaluating sometimes. I think we all need to look at how we treat other people and how we handle situations and how we hold ourselves and present ourselves. And I think, you know, you may need to reevaluate that. I know I'm having to reevaluate that. And it's just, you know, look at the things that are important and look at the things that maybe aren't as important as we make them out to be. And I'm certainly not perfect, and you know, I hope that watching me go through this and me explain it helps you. And I know that this video is probably completely scattered again. It's 4:38. I probably am not gonna go to sleep, but I just thought I'd share that. And I know this episode of this may be a complete bust, but if I can help at least one person with that, then it's all worth it. So I hope you all have a lovely Friday. I realized that I did this series on a Friday, which is like such a bummer for a Friday. But anyway, I hope you all have a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend. I think I'm either putting up another video with this video today, like one from yesterday that I didn't have time to film, or I'm putting it up tomorrow. I don't know yet, but so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to Texas this weekend to help Greg move into our apartment, so I'm going to try to pre-record some videos after I take a nap today, and then so I can have them up for Monday and Wednesday. But yeah, and I may vlog a little bit this weekend. So anyway, okay, well, enough with the randomness and enough with my tiredness. I'm probably going to edit this video and then upload it and then go take a nap. But I love y'all, and just know that y'all mean a lot to me, every single one of you. I know sometimes y'all may email me your stuff or tweet me your stuff, and I might not get back to it right away, but just know how special y'all are to me, every single one of you. It really, I could never explain it enough. So I love y'all, and have a great Friday. Bye.